Our technology is so smart that we can pick up a driver's behavior on the road. For example, whether he's speeding, if he's turning aggressively, if he's passing red lights.
We are honored to have CJ here today, the country manager for Yango Namibia. Yango, as many of you know, is a prominent name in the world of ride-hailing, delivery, and e-grocery service with a global presence spanning across Europe, Africa, Middle East, South Africa. In our conversation today, CJ will shed light on safety. We will dive into safety features that Yango has put in place to ensure the well-being of its customers. CJ, good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man. No, I'm happy to finally meet you. Like I said off air, I'm following you on your social media accounts religiously. You've got some great gems, and also you're very motivational, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Every time I walk into this room, I'm really excited.
Nice. Are you a morning person, my guy?
100%.
Yeah.
Wake up 5:30, 6 5s, you know?
Yeah. And what time do you go to bed then?
Late. I need to go to bed a bit earlier, to be fair. Yeah, I need to.
So let's dive into it. Before we get deep into the conversation, can you just, maybe for those ones who've been living under a rock, just share with us what the Yango app is, what it does, and all of this stuff?
For sure. Yango is an international ride-hailing service, right? Okay. We're a platform. We're really technology-focused. We're a tech company. What we do is provide riders with an affordable way to get home. We kind of work as a marketplace, actually. We help find riders. Riders use the platform in order to find a driver to take them home in a safe and affordable way.
Gotcha.
Right? And they use our platform as a medium to do that.
They meet there.
Correct. Okay. So Yango is the way to help you get where you need to be, and we make it convenient and affordable using our technology. So the technology is really the best thing about Yango. It makes it simple, and people love it.
I must say, people, including myself, I must say I enjoy taking Yango rides. It's easy. You just dial, it shows you how far the driver is, and then you jump onto it.
Correct.
But let's get into the safety part. Lately, there has been security concerns from riders on the app, shared with us some of their security features to protect the riders and so forth. So let's get to it. There are reports that some of the drivers on the app are charging riders extra amounts despite the app indicating otherwise, while others are saying Yango has increased fares without giving explanation. Can you dive into that?
So let's first set the tone here, right? So you can understand where we're going. So in the transportation industry, safety is our number one concern.
100%.
Any company you talk to is trying to resolve this, right?
Facts.
And from a tech perspective, we've taken the tech route in order to try and do this, right? So there's three things that we focus on. The first thing is safety before the ride, during the ride, and after the ride. Those are the important steps in order to consider safety. So before the ride, it's a filtering process, correct? So you as a user, when you order a Yango, the first thing you're trying to do is filter the driver. And we help you do that by giving you the driver's rating. For example, out of 5 stars, the driver's phone number, the driver's information, you have the driver's history, for example, you know, the color of the car, you know, there's a picture of him. So when you request a ride, that's your first filtering process, you know? So if the driver has a bit of a low rating and you're uncomfortable with it, feel free to please cancel the ride and request another one. We're working on behalf of you, you know, of the user. We're working on behalf of the user to try and to use our tool to find a safe and affordable ride home, you know? So that's the first step. So those are the features that work in your favor in that regard. The second step is during the ride. So what happens during the ride? As cool as our users are, unfortunately, we're not in the car with you. You know? So through our technology, we help mimic that type of process, right? So Yango's the only platform out there that allows you to share your route with a friend. Right?
So when you're in the ride, you can share where you headed to.
Correct. So you just put your friend's phone number there. We'll send them an SMS with a link, and they can track exactly where you're going, who the driver is, how far you are, when you'll arrive. Everything is there, right?
Do they have to have the Yango app in order to track?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
No, they don't. It's an external link that just gives them information. Because, the idea is just it feels like you're with someone. Let's say you're alone. Now, virtually, you're with someone on the ride with you, you know? But as we go on to the last thing, which is the review process. And this is what I was kind of trying to highlight, right? So at the end of the ride, there's an entire review process that the customer has to give to the driver. This gives them information about what the driver did, if they overcharged, if the driver overcharged you, how the car was it clean, did it smell good? All those things are really important because we hold the drivers to a really high standard.
Okay.
So if you rate the driver and it doesn't match those demands, the driver is, let's say, a limited access to the platform, right? Because it's a marketplace and we want to balance that. So if in any case a driver has overcharged a customer, we have something called a safety center that the customer can go to with 24-hour full support, and we will even refund the money. We will send the customer a voucher with the exact same amount that was charged from the driver they can spend on the platform. We really have some incredible features to help customers through this journey. So when you look at these 3 tiers, we really cover the basis of anything that can happen from a ride-hailing experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. We're going to take a break, but make sure you don't go anywhere as we continue the conversation with CJ. Good morning, no more no sushi, 99 FM, your inspiration station. You're still listening to Mooks Adora in the morning. And we'll still continue the conversation with CJ as we speak all things safety with CJ here in the studio regarding Yango. I understand there's something new that you guys have launched.
Yes.
Something that the riders and people, the lovers of Yango, don't know about. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, for sure. Look, I'll tell you a story. So the last 2 weeks, I parked my car and I just took Yangos.
Okay.
Right? And so, because I wanted to get into the head of the customers to really understand what they're experiencing and so on. So with Vintuk drivers in general, right? I would say 98% of my trips were really good.
Okay.
But the 2% were sus. Okay? So with Vintuk drivers in general, we have to find and create ways in order to filter through and help give customers a general experience, right? So what we launched is something we call the Safety Center. So if you have the Yango app, go to your app right now, and you go into the menu and click on Safety. The Safety Center is managed by our 24-hour support team. Okay. So anything regarding safety or any issues that you have on the platform, you can go right there, send a message to them. They'll ask you some questions, and you're talking to a real human being.
Oh, it's not a bot?
It's not a bot. A real human being that will deal with the issue within minutes. Right?
Gotcha.
And the structure around that safety center is really good. We can provide feedback on things like, for example, you lost something in the car. You left your phone in the car. We're able to retrieve it very quickly. You know, we're able to provide support in anything that, any interaction you've had with a driver, any interaction you've had with the platform in general. The safety center is really awesome. And there's also an SOS button. So if anything happens, you click SOS, it will call the police immediately. And you can also send a location to that number so that people can know exactly where you are. So the safety center is really like it's our like our Hail Mary, right? It's really to say, guys, safety is a priority for us.
And it's built right into the app.
It's built right into the app.
You can just scroll down, boom, get access to it and use it.
Correct.
Beautiful. Well, okay. Share some of the future plans that Yango intends to embark on.
You know, that's such a good question because as a technology company, we lean on our technology, right? And this has already been launched in other markets, and it's gonna come in Namibia very soon.
Okay.
Our technology is so smart that we can pick up a driver's behavior on the road. For example, whether he's speeding, if he's turning aggressively, if he's passing red lights. And stops. So that technology will be able to predict where a driver where the driver is going to be down the line, right? So if we can see it at the beginning, we can start limiting the driver from the platform, or notifying the driver that, look, you're speeding here, your turns are a bit harsh, and so on and so on. So that's a big prevention type of AI piece of technology, right? Because then we're able to predict where the driver would be, or if anything can happen. Anything bad can happen in the future, you know?
Question I always get from drivers, because I use Yango frequently.
Yeah.
And the question I always get, drivers I would book a Yango and say, okay, I'm going to this location. But drivers would always call me and ask, where are you headed to? And I don't want to be rude by always saying, hey, man, check the map. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that seemed to be a common thing. So I want to put the question to you. Do they know where the rides are going to before they accept? or they only get to find that after they have arrived?
They do know once they accept the order, they know where the ride's going to.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes the driver doesn't know the exact street. For example, you put a street address, you know, and you say Sheen Street, and the driver's gonna be like, "Where exactly is Sheen Street?" Exactly. So the driver's trying to get a gist of which area you're going to in order to help him navigate a bit better.
Nice. Well, any last words that you want to leave us with, man?
I really just want to thank the Namibian people, because I think we've really adopted technology for the first time, and there's so many people. I can't tell you the amount of messages I get from people saying, "CJ, Yango has changed my life."
Yeah, give us some highlights.
Honestly, man, there's a driver, someone that was jobless. He couldn't provide for his family. And now he's doing so well. He's one of our best performing drivers. And also people that have lost their phones and stuff in taxis before. They're like, once we recover the things for them, they're like, guys, it really changed everything for us. The convenience, the price, the overall experience, and especially users, if you rate the driver and give us feedback, oh man, we can just lift the level of the service to a whole new level.
Man. Thank you so much for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me.
And that was CJ, who was speaking all things Yango and all things technology and all things safety. Coming up, a drink, MI2 step.
BravoNamibia.
On 99 FM.